Hello, my absolutely beautiful business soulmates. I'm Dr. Stormy Grace, and in this video, I am going to show you how to get your business up and running in the next week. So whether you are a new business or you are an established business that could use a little bit of help getting restructured, getting remotivated, getting those foundations tightened up, this video series that I will launch to you over this next week is just for you. Now, I know there's a lot of content that's out there and available, and there's classes and training about social media marketing, marketing strategy, get the clients, bring in the money, create a funnel, do this, do this, do this. But what I think is really important is that we meet in the foundations of your business. Because just like a house or any structure that you build on quicksand, eventually that particular structure is going to crumble. So it's really a key feature for me to help you build your business or rebuild your business from the ground up. So if we haven't met before, I'm Dr. Stormy Grace, and I am here to help astrologers and other creative entrepreneurs to build, grow, and maintain their businesses through tips, tricks, and practical skills and resources that you can put in place today in order to allow your business to be successful. So if you are looking to get a business launched or relaunched or reinvigorated in the next week, stick tuned with me. All right, beautiful friends. So the first thing that we need to do is choose a name for your business. Now, I'm going to tell you I have a couple schools of thought on this. First of all, if you want to choose an easy business name, one of the simplest things that you can reach for is your own name, Stormy Grace. So maybe that's what you want to name your practice, is your first name and your last name, or your first name and your middle name, or your middle name and some other combination of names. Now, one of the things I would offer you to consider is that if you use your name, you maybe don't want to use anything specific at the end. Stormy Grace Astrology or Stormy Grace Coaching. If you do this, what it can hinder you from doing is making it a little bit harder for you to pivot if you decide to diversify your offerings later down the road. If I was just Stormy Grace Astrology, I might not be able to offer business services. Or if I decide that down the road I wanted to do financial services, it might make it a little bit harder and more confusing to pivot that particular name. So think about maybe just using your first name and your last name. Another school of thought here for you to consider for your long game is not using your name at all, but instead using a product name. Using a name that when you think about it long term down the road, if a company wanted to buy your company, it could be an easy sell and an easy transition. Someone may not want to buy a company called Jeff C., right? So it might not be an easy transition, but they would buy a company with all of the products, with all of the client list, with all of the work and the backlog of progressed business options. So think about this when you're considering in the long game. Do you want to do your profession and have your business forever? Or is there potentially going to be a time in your life where you think, I've done as much as I can do here, and I maybe want to be able to sell this off down the road? So these are the two schools of thought I want to offer you as you're considering your business name. The other thing I would tell you in considering a business name is, first of all, you don't have to reach too hard or too far or too long for this. Sit, go to meditation, go to the place where you get creative, put your music on, whatever gets your creative juices flowing, and come up with a name that you think represents who you are and that you can do some real good justice with out in public when we're thinking about your marketing. All right. You've got your business name picked. Now the next thing we need to do, step 2, is we need to register this business with your state. This is something that ensures that you are joining the big kids. This is big kid business time. You're going to get that business registered with your state. Now, this is really easy to do. You can go online at your local state level and you just search up how to register for the state of Colorado, the state of Idaho, the state of India, and you're going to register. It takes maybe 15 minutes. In most states, it's about a $50 fee, but whatever it is in your area, you're going to get your business registered. Now, this becomes really important for you to get your business registered for several reasons. One, it is an indicator to you and your state that you are going to officially and legally do business. The other thing it does is gives you the opportunity to register your business with the IRS and receive your federal tax ID number. And sometimes you'll hear this called your EIN. Now, you want to absolutely have your federal tax and ID number, or your EIN, because you want your business doing business, handling its affairs under its own name and its own entity. Down the road, this is actually a method of risk protection for your own property, for your own assets, and for your own livelihood, separate from your business as well. So step 2 is, let's go ahead and get that business registered. All right, the third thing that we want to do to get your business moving in this next week is, after you've chosen a business name, you have registered it with your state, and you have registered it with the IRS to get your federal tax or EIN number, is you want to open business banking accounts. Now, this takes a little bit of time and a little bit of effort, but it's still pretty easy, especially in the digital age. The accounts you're wanting for your business need to be absolutely separate from your personal accounts. So you want a business savings account, you want a business checking account. Now, in my personal business, something I think, if you find it useful, may be useful to you as well, is I have a business savings account, I have a business checking account, but I also have a business saving and checking account for tax purposes. And what goes into that are my tax savings and my tax payments that I will pay out quarterly. The other 2 accounts I use for my operating expenses and to pay those operating expenses. Whatever you do and whatever is the best setup for your business in this next week, you want to make sure that you have a business checking and savings account with your business's name registered with the EIN number of your business, so that your business is completely separate from your personal dealings and workings and accounts. All right, the fourth thing we need to do to get your business moving in the next week is to get some accounting software in place. Now, you've got this business, you've got these business accounts, but you have to be able to track the money coming and going from your business. It's going to tell you, first of all, what is coming in and what's going out. It's also going to tell you if your business is successful and moving successfully, or where adjustments need to be made. So I would suggest 2 particular softwares. First of all, QuickBooks is always a great go-to. They've got great startup help in order to get yourself set up if you're unfamiliar with that. But I also think that another great accounting program, especially if you're just getting started in business, is Wave Accounting. And that happens to be the one that I use. It integrates wonderfully at tax time for me as well. You want to have this accounting software in place, so not only that you can track your expenses, so that at the end of the year, it's a really easy transition for you with your business accounting at tax time. So QuickBooks or Wave Accounting are my 2 options, but of course there are many out there, so whatever works for you. Now, the last thing that we need to do, number 5, for this particular series to get your business moving in the next week, is we need to get set up on a website. You have to be able to be found. I am a big fan and a big proponent of do not pay for it if you don't have to. Start everything for free. This is just smart business. If you're a new business or a business that is struggling to have finances coming in and you are coming flush, or you are actually doing really, really well, start for free. Adjust your website for free. Now, one of the websites I think is absolutely fantastic is Wix, and I have used Wix.com for years. My business is thriving and successful, and I have checked out other websites like Kajabi. I've been to other platforms, and I really still think Wix, especially for someone just getting started or needing a quick solution, is actually the best place to start. You can start with a free plan, which allows you to, first of all, drag and drop the contents that you need into templates that are already created and just get started. Just getting started is a really big deal. Now, if you're in a position and you're financially able in the beginning of the investment of your business this week to go ahead and purchase your own domain name in your business name, that is something that I think is really strong for you as well, and you can connect that to Wix. So StormyGrace.com would be a great business. JeffC.com, whatever your business name comes out to be, try to get a domain name that does match your business name. Now, sometimes what happens is a business name is already taken, or a domain name is already taken, or it's too similar, and you can get a little bit creative there, but try to stay pretty much in alignment with what your business name is in getting your website started and getting it launched out. Now, the one other thing I want you to remember is that this does not need to be a website that has 15, 16 pages. You can grow, you can evolve into that. You can have a completely successful beginning business website that has one successful page that tells your clients what you're about and where they can schedule with you. Now, speaking of scheduling, we need to do that at the same time we're doing your website. So what we're going to want to do is start to look at, or at least investigate this week, what your scheduling options are. Which software are you going to use? Two of the big ones that are out there are Calendly and Acuity. Now, these allow your clients to come to your website or your one page, however you're getting started or refreshed, and schedule with you. They can see you work on the back end and tell the scheduler when you're open and you're available to receive clients. And then this will put the information out to your clients. They can book right there online, and it becomes a really nice, seamless process. So while you're getting your website started, and remember, it can be basic and can be absolutely basic. Don't be afraid of that. You also want to be researching and getting ready to hook up whatever your chosen scheduling app is going to be. All right, my beautiful friends. So in this first video that's going to be in the series, I've given you a couple steps to either get started or go back into your business and make sure that you have these things in place in your foundation. And if you happen to find out that there's a hole or a soft spot in one of these areas in your foundation, it's a great time for you to tighten it up, get it strengthened, and get it in order. Because remember, we do not want to build our businesses or our house, metaphorically, on quicksand. We want it to be on good, delicious, solid foundation. And you also want to have your business moving in the next week. So hopefully the tips I've provided you in this particular portion of the series are quick and easy and accessible right at your fingertips. Leave your questions and comments in the section below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, where we're going to talk about actually getting your operation and management systems in place. But what we're ultimately looking to do is have your business off the ground or moving in the next week. All right, my beautiful friends, I will see you next time. Bye.